guys, welcome back to my channel, The Joy of Creating. So this is the long-awaited, pardon me, the long-awaited drawing tutorial for Ariel in her, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's a peasant outfit, but in her kind of peasant-looking outfit.
It's basically the same style that Aurora was in when she was a peasant, which is kind of weird because she was like, Ariel was like with Prince Eric, and she sort of had like peasant attire, probably because he knew she wasn't a princess, but...
Anyway, so...
But it is really beautiful, so it could be what princesses wore, but I'm not an expert on what kind of dress it is. But anyway, so I'm going to be showing you how to draw.
I wanted to let you guys know, so, real quick before I continue.
I don't like to say my name because of safety reasons, but I will now start on this channel going by Cherry Blossom. So that is what I call myself. So I'm going to say, like at the beginning of my videos, I'm going to say hello and introduce myself as being Cherry Blossom, even though that's not my actual name because I don't want to share that because of safety reasons. So just wanted you all to know that. So let's continue with the video. So what you're going to need for this is a pencil, a pen, a paintbrush, and some watercolor paints. I either got these on Walmart or Amazon. My mom got them, so I don't know. They look really professional, but they're not really. If you watch my Aurora Sleeping Beauty video, you'll know because these are just the exact same ones, basically all the exact same materials we used for that video. Also, thank you guys so much for getting that to so many views, and also thank you for getting my short to even more views. It's just like crazy, I can't even believe it, so just thank you for that. But now let's get on to the actual video, instead of me just jabbering on and on. So we're going to start with drawing her face. So I'm just going to start about here on my paper, and I'm going to go make a little curve. Then I'm going to make a point for that little point she has right there, the little curve. Next, I'm going to do a little swoop she has of hair, and then one more swoop she has of hair, going like that. And I'm going to take from right here and connect it like that. Also, throughout this video, I might just randomly speed myself up because my drawing videos tend to take a really long time. So I might speed myself up every once in a while. So don't be alarmed if I just randomly speed myself up. So then you're going to do a little then going from here, you're going to go out. You're going to like up like that. I might have done that a little too big. Connect it like that. Then go make like a swoop right there. Then you can go from here. So go out onto that. Now we're going to do her face. Actually, wait, no. Now we're going to make her little head. So you just basically do like a curve here. Then go kind of down, but kind of curved into right there. So next you're going to go connecting here, down, here, down. Now we're going to make a bow that's in her hair. So we're going to start it here. Actually, sorry, no, I messed up. We're going to start it here. You're going to go up. Then you're going to go start here. Connect it to that, go up. Go down, touch your head. Make just a little circle. You're going to go up, connect it like that. Next, you're going to just make a little flap thing to be like little ties at the bow. You're just going to make two of those, one kind of bigger and longer, and one kind of smaller, just like that. Now we can continue with this part of the hair. So you're going to start here. You're going to point it up like that. Down, up, then go in here, down just a little, make like a little swirl, and then we're going to actually come back to that because we need to finish up some more things here before we can go into that hair. So, now for the hair, we're going to, for the face, we are going to make a little ear right here, then make the chin go like that, then go up, sort of make a cheekbone, go really far in, then out again. Maybe not quite that far out. I did that point a little bit too aggressively, a little bit too sharp. Okay, so now you're going to take this little part of the hair, you're going to go in like that. So, it's just like that. And I actually want to make mine just a little more sticking out, because Ariel's is pretty far out. So I'm actually going to do that. Just make it a little further, sticking out. Sorry, sometimes even I make mistakes. Some people's drawing videos don't have any mistakes, and it's just like perfect, and you never have to redo a single thing when you're watching their videos. But my art isn't quite there yet, but it's getting better and better. So good. With every
Okay, so now let's continue with the face. So right here connecting, we're going to make her eyebrow, same on the other side. Going to make her nose going just next to the eyebrow, going down and out. Curve it a little, do a little dot and a little curve like that. Then right here we're going to go like make sort of like that shape. Then then connect, oh yeah, just like that. Now you're gonna do one circle for the pupil, another tinier circle like that. Now let's make the other eye sort of similar to that, but this one's actually gonna be sort of, looks like it's connected to the nose. So we're still gonna do that same sort of shape, and then pupils and everything. She looks a little sad right now, but that will change. Now we're gonna do her mouth. So first we're gonna start with the little line that's at the end of her mouth. Then I'm going to go down like hers does. Hers is a pretty big smile. Then I make her lip a little thicker, just like that. Now I'm going to do her upper lip because that looks a little weird. So, oh, yeah, okay. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like that. Add a little more to the lip. I'm gonna make a little tongue inside, then some teeth. Whoops, made the teeth go a little haywire there. One sec. Hold on. Just give me one sec. Okay, so I have that. The teeth are not the best, but I tried my best. Faces and like teeth and things are pretty hard for me. So I'm just gonna make this side a little more in a curve shape because it was not looking enough smiley like it's supposed to be. So there we go. There's Ariel's face. A little bit rough, but it's pretty good. Now we're gonna move on to her neck. So starting at her ear, we're just gonna go basically down and out a little, and it doesn't have to be that big. So I'm going from her chin, going slightly here. We're gonna go like that. Then for her shoulders, we're just gonna do a tiny bit out, just like that. Then we're going to go dip kind of far down, like a long curve down, not like a perfect circle, just like a sort of a long curve down, like that. Then we're going to go out, but a little bit down on either side, a little less on this side and more on this side. Then on this side, we're actually going to make a little circle like that. And then on this side, we're just gonna make a little line. So then right here, we are going to go basically just down like that, make a little curve, make a little curve. These are like the creases in her sleeve. Then you just connect those things like that. Am I in the screen enough? It's hard to remember. It's hard to see if I'm in the screen. So now that I have it like that, I am in the screen, right? Yeah, okay. So then I go up a little more like that. Then I'm gonna make it just a little cuff, down, point it just a little there, basically go up, connect it like that. Now, I'm gonna go on this side, so we're going to just make a little point area right there. Then we're gonna go in, pretty far in, make a point. And same on this side. Just like that. And then I'm gonna make the sleeve of this side, so we're gonna go down like that, here, just like that, here, and point, and up, this, and I forgot to do that. So then we do a little line. Oh, actually, wait. Whoops, sorry, don't do a line, Now you're gonna go from here, you're gonna do a point, just like that. Go back across here. Then you're going to do a line, not going on to right there. That's sort of like a corset. Now we're gonna work on her skirt. So I accidentally made up here just be a little bit too big, so I'm gonna actually have to cut off part of her skirt, even though I was planning on doing it this size, but I have already drawn it like this, so I will basically show that to you and then you can sort of copy that. So basically, next you're gonna just like basically do that. And then here you're gonna go out like that, and then right here you're gonna make a little loop like that, go down, loop like that. Now you're gonna go out, ruffle, ruffle, ruffle down, like that. And then on this one you're gonna do ruffle, 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 getting littler and littler, and you're also gonna do one more line of ruffles like that to make the skirt look nice and full. And then you're gonna connect here, you're gonna go up, I feel like all this part is just a little bit self-explanatory, so I feel like I don't need to really like explain it that much because you can basically tell what's happening and like what basically I'm doing. So her skirt is like flowing around because she's sort of like in the middle of like spinning or something like that. So it has a lot of movement going on. Now I made her skirt just a little bit too short and a little bit more puffed out, so like she's spinning a little faster than she is in this picture. But if you want it to make it more look like that picture, then what you can do is basically you can just make it look more like this. So this was a different drawing that I did before, and basically I just made it be a little bit longer and a little less puffed out. But yeah, this is the way I did this one. So now going back to the hair, I'm basically just gonna go and connect it to right there on the cuff, and then do no hair, and then right here, I'm gonna do like a really big squiggle, and then yeah, that's the finished hair. So you want it to kind of be going in right there. So that's basically the finished hair. So now I'm just gonna do her feet and hands. So the first foot is gonna start right here, like just a little bit past the ruffles. You're gonna do sort of a line like that, that's her heel. Then you're just gonna do a curved line, then go up, and then out a tiny bit, then up to be her foot inside of a high heel. So now for her second shoe and foot, you're gonna do it just a little bit away from that one. You're gonna do kind of a little more ankle room on this one. You can see her ankles a little bit more. So you're gonna go down and up, that's her foot, and then we're gonna do the shoe around it. So her foot isn't actually this small, this is just all it's showing of her foot. So it'll make more sense when I do the heel. So then the heel's gonna go like this. You're gonna do a little heel. Then it's going to go in like that, and basically just connect to there. So that is her feet. So next for the last thing, her hands. So what you're gonna do for her hands, oh my goodness, I just realized something. I forgot her eyelashes. A very important part. You're just gonna do 3 lashes right above there, and then 3 lashes right there. So that just makes her look a little more pretty. So now the hand is kind of hard because hands are just hard. So basically you make a line like that. So basically you can just follow the lines that I do. I don't really know how to explain it that much, but I'll try my best when I can. So for this one, you're gonna do it like that, make a little line right there, and then do it like that to show that it's bending a little. Then you're gonna have one more finger there, and then the pinky pinky finger kind of a little further away, like that. And you're gonna connect it like that. I'm not great at hands, as you can see. It kind of looks like claws. It doesn't really look like her beautiful hands that she has, but I try my best because I'm not amazing at hands. Hands are something I kind of struggle with, but it's okay because no one's really going to be looking at her hands that much when there's the whole dress and everything about her. No one's really going to be looking at her hands, especially in this drawing, and I can just cover it up with my finger. So there. So her hands are done, and I did not do good with them, but I did try my best, and so I don't think they're that bad. So now the actual drawing part is done. So this is the finished drawing or like sketch of her. So now, what we are going to do, whoa, don't mind me. So now you can draw over the lines with a pen if you want, because I really like how that look is for some things. For this particular one, I actually don't think I'm gonna draw over with pen, but I did do that with my Aurora one and it turned out really amazing, so you could definitely do that. So yeah, I'm just not going to because I don't want to, because there's a lot of lines in this one and I just personally like it how it is, and I think that will be fine. So now,
oh my goodness gracious. Sorry, I just almost knocked over my, I don't know what it's called, like a mister thing, not a mister, like a mister.
Yeah, so anyway, get your paints and get a dirty cup of water. I'm just joking. But so let's just start with the hair because it is probably
needs to be the brightest color, so it would be good to start with the hair and then do the darker colors so our paintbrush doesn't have anything left of the dark colors when we try to do the bright red. So for the
red, I'm going to use this red right here, and I also think that I might end up doing a little bit of this red, like these two mixed together, because those would both look really great. So those are what I'm going to use for the hair. So let's just start. So I'm gonna get, sorry, I'm saying so a lot, but let's start with the first color. I have some on my paintbrush, and I'm basically just gonna put it straight onto her hair because, yeah, there's not really that much to say about the painting. You just sort of add the color onto the paper. If you want it to be darker, you add less water to your brush. If you want it to be lighter, you add more water to your brush, all that stuff. If you want it to look sort of like wishy-washy, not like wishy-washy, but like, if you want it to look more of like painty and flowy and not like a perfect like ink drawing or something like that, then you can sort of go like over the lines a little and out of the lines and have like a little bit darker areas, a little bit lighter areas. I personally think that that is really pretty and is a really nice way to do it if you're doing it with paints. But of course you can do it with paints or anything. Markers, you can just do it with Crayola markers. I think that mine would look really good if I did it with Crayola markers. Or you can do it with colored pencils or watercolor pencils or anything like that. So I'm actually going to speed up this part and I will get back to you when I'm doing some. Now I'm basically just going to add bits of a little bit of like darker and slightly different shades of red into the hair. Okay, so I finished finished with all of her hair. So now for her bow, it's just a super light blue, same as the top she's wearing underneath her corset. So I'm just gonna use this blue, and I don't really have to add anything to it, so. Alright, so now that I have that color done, I'm basically just gonna take this dark blue and do it on her corset. Then I'm gonna take, well, I think I might just mix a few colors around and do her dress, but the corset color is the same as the shoes. So I'm gonna do that actually off camera because you don't really need to see that because it's basically pretty self-explanatory. And I just realized I forgot to do her sleeves. But anyway, so I'm gonna do that and then I'll come back to show you how to do the skin and face. Now for skin, I'm basically just gonna do this color everywhere. Now her face is kind of hard. I basically just went around everything with that same skin color, and for her lips and her tongue are basically the same color, and you basically just use this for her lips and her tongue. Oh, this, not the brown. And then basically for her eyes, they're blue, so you can basically just use the same one you use for the skirt, which is this one for me. It's a lot darker. It basically looks like this when it's not in the palette. So you can basically just use that for the little rim around her eyes, and then the one in the middle you can just use black. Okay, so basically this is it, fully done. Sorry I didn't tell you like everything step by step with the painting. I just felt like it was kind of self-explanatory and I did explain it as best I could. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, this how to draw / paint Ariel. And please like this video and please subscribe and hit on the notification bell. And yeah, so I'm gonna be posting new stuff really soon. I have a lot of fun videos already on my channel. I know you guys really liked my last drawing video, so let's see how many likes and views this one gets. So yes, thank you for watching The Joy of Creating. Bye! Filming this after because I forgot to do it when I was supposed to, so I'm actually filming this but when I'm editing. But anyway, the Bible verse of the day is, He fills me with joy everywhere I go, Psalm 16:11.